this week's round 7 track guide for wheel to wheel, season 15 at Nurburgring GP. So a bit of a mixed bag. Got dry first race and a little bit of a mixed wet dry race for the first one, but we're just going to focus on the dry race for this week. Second race may or may not actually rain, so let's hop on board the Supra. So coming down pitch straight, equal conditions as usual for these lap guides. Looking at the 100 meter board just before, so already starting the transition off the throttle there. Hard on the brakes here in the Supra. Getting it tucked in using all the width, and I'm slightly wide, maybe just half a car's width there. But you can keep momentum going here, so down to first, and then up in the second to get that rotation. Using all the track out there to your left so you can get the momentum going. If you try and cut in too quickly to the right, you can have a bit of a tail wag, traction issues. So you try and just use all the tracks width, bring it back to about halfway in the track here before you start to turn left. Sometimes you can hold in second. There is a chance if you want, tuck it down in the first, then back up in the second, then in the third. But we're going around here in the third, keeping that kind of 3/4 to 90% throttle to prevent that tail from getting out in this Supra. And you're running out all the way out on the AstroTurf here, and I'll say about a car's length or two before it. See, they're already transitioning from the throttle, bringing on the brake, but not too heavy here because you don't want to lock up. So you want to try and get it to that apex or to the curbs there coming up on the left. You really want to get it really tucked in the first and up on these curbs. Be careful of track limits here. Beginning tucked up. Gear to rotate. Careful on the throttle. Careful. Little lift of the throttle here just to get the balance going the other way. Another track limit spot here, so don't abuse it too much. Again, keeping probably your left tyres on the left of the white line there. You can use a lot more track out here, so already starting to straighten up the wheel to prevent another traction issue spot. But using full throttle over these curves, you can use all the track. And come to the end of sector 1 here. So sector 2. I look at the escape road here to the right off of the other track, but the end of that, so just up here on the right, where the last cone is. You can go down to second or third, get a little bit taily for me there, but that was a driver skill issue part. And then at the end of the curb here on the left, getting on the brakes again, only a little dab, getting it tucked in. You can either go down to first and second, or just leave it in second. Coming down the hill, so you're looking at the start of this curbing on the left. I kind of go just after the curbing there on the left. Multiple approaches for this corner. Some people take it with a V, some people do early apex and getting it tucked in. Some people, like on this lap guide, I've just left it half a car's width and using more of a late apex to get a better run up the hill. So down the first, up in the section, second around the apex point, on the middle of the corner, up the hill, up on the curbs here to give yourself the best entry into this fast left rider. On a good day, it's definitely full throttle, on new tyres anyway, on softs. Just be careful with the tail, kind of likes to have a little wag, sometimes when it drops off this curb, depending on your steering input. All the track there, not burning up tyres, using all the limits, getting tucked over here. Yeah, so kind of at the start of this road, on the brakes, trying to trail off as soon as possible, and you want to get it up onto this curve on the left. Use all the track out on the right, keeping that current track. Don't want to go all the way to the left, just halfway. You get in the second, or sometimes you can even leave it in third here, but I get in the second for this lap. And then cracking into third to keep a good traction, get that turbo going and have a good run down the straight. Chance to have a little bit of a breath. You're coming down the back straight, coming up the hill here, so you're looking around the 100 meter board, if not just before. Again, wind dependent and tyre level. So hard on the brakes and probably up to the trickiest corner of the track and where most speed is taken. So you want to glance this left curb. Not mandatory, and then this one here is, I find you won't get a track limit penalty if you at least glance the little bollard poly thing there. Again, still not 100% certain what goes on the track limits and what gives you a penalty, but I find if I clip on that, I'm generally okay. But you don't want to clip it and head right, you want to clip it and stay straight. So you're kind of balancing the car with the throttle here, keeping a little bit of momentum, and as soon as you're off this curve, full throttle. You're up on the curb again here, I'm looking for that red, just the start of the pit lane split there, or using that cone just as that's about to disappear to get onto the brakes. Straight away trailing it in, getting it tucked in, watch out for the wall there, you don't want to glance it, will stop you dead in your tracks. And just focusing on getting a good drive, and up into third. So yeah, 54.9 there, it's a pretty good lap. So just, yeah, key points is just your throttle control through here, and practicing that last chicane, as it's quite it can make or break your lap. Yeah, so I'll show you a lap of me without me talking. So, alright. Cheers everyone and good luck.